What's up, everybody? Riley here from Hodson Motors. We're back with our 85 K30. This is our current giveaway truck. If you're watching this before August 4th at midnight, we're giving this truck away on HodsonMotors.com. This is our driving impressions video. So we decided to take this video out of our regular walk around, as that video has gotten longer and longer with how much we do to these trucks. So we're gonna take this truck for a drive today, show you what it's like to drive it, own it, operate behind it. We're gonna do some city driving, some highway driving, and then we're gonna go do a little bit of off-road and show you how it does as a camping rig or as just everyday daily driver. So again, we're giving this truck away. This is an 85 K30 Cummins Swap. If you haven't watched the walk around video, go watch that first, then come back, get all the good details on it. Let's go ahead and just hop in and we'll go take it for a spin. Alrighty, we are taking off. We're just leaving the shop. We're gonna head up. We are going to the Red Rock Canyon on the west side of Las Vegas. There's a really cool trail out there called Rocky Gap, and it's a nice trail. It's a really long trail. There's some good places to pull over there and take some pictures. So that's where we're going. So first things first, we're doing some surface street driving. And you know, I've said this in the past about other Cummins Swapped trucks, and this truck drives like a Cummins Swapped truck. Makes good power, you know, builds fun boost. It's fun to row through the gears. One of the best things about a Cummins Swap is that they run so cool. Diesel swaps in general, they run cooler than gasoline-powered trucks. So here in Las Vegas, it's always hard to keep classics cold in the summertime, to keep them from overheating. Not a problem when you have a diesel, not at all. So it's a huge plus. But again, it's fun to drive a Cummins Swap truck. It really is. They're awesome. They're still old school. You know, you got to think this engine came out in 1989, so only 4 years, you know, after the advent of this truck. So it's not like the Cummins Swap is that much more modern. It's just such a good engine that it really is, I think in my mind, the best bang for your buck when it comes to a classic vehicle. It's just great. Let's talk about how she's driving, how she's riding, stopping, accelerating, everything good. So we've got good acceleration. This VE pump Cummins is very happy. It makes good power. That second gen turbo and manifold make it very happy and make boost really well. So builds boost easy without being a real smoky pig. If you bury your foot in it, it'll bit smoky. But we've spent a lot of time on the tuning and everything just to make it so that she's nice and happy. And she is good and happy. So the truck on surface streets like this though is perfectly happy. It doesn't wander through lanes. The steering is really good. I think when you're talking about off-roading and stuff like that, push-pull steering is gonna be your lesser of the two between crossover steering and push-pull steering. But push-pull steering is really easy. It steers nice and straight. And it is great for a daily driver like this. It's really fun. So we like the steering. It is really good. The transmission is super smooth. So this is a GetRag G360 transmission, and a lot of people opt to swap this transmission out for NV4500s. And the NV4500 might be stronger in some cases, but weaker in others. This transmission, you know, when I got it, I was kind of under the same impression of, oh, maybe we'll swap out that GetRag and go to an NV4500. And then once we drove it, it was like, no, this transmission is so buttery smooth between the gears that, you know, it's like, why would we need to swap it? I don't think we need to. So transmission's happy. There you can hear some good boost. Which is fun. So, you know, at stoplights and stuff like that, going between red lights, just driving city traffic, super happy. Really good there. Brakes are great. So this has Hydro Boost brakes out of like a 90s Chevy. So they stop really good, very firm brakes, and they feel awesome. So the brakes from the master cylinder down are all still square body Chevy brakes, but the Hydro Boost system is from like a 90s Chevy, and it does super good. Love Hydro Boost. The truck rides really good. So it is on Skyjacker 5-inch Leaf Springs, and Skyjacker makes a great leaf spring. It really does. This thing rides really good. It's got Bilstein Shocks, so some heavier valve shocks up front to handle the weight of the Cummins, some lighter shocks in the rear, and it does ride really good. So I'm really happy with how the ride is on this thing. It's comfortable, it's cush, without having too much body roll. I think people get into a truck like this, and with it being this tall, they think it's kind of, you know, on stilts and it's going to ride real rough and real poor. No, this thing rides great, so I love it. So again, ride quality, great. Braking, great. Acceleration, great. And overall, just fun. We're about to get on the highway, so we're going to talk about how this thing does on the freeway, how it does RPM range, road noise on the freeway, all that kind of good stuff here in just a second. But here we are, we're on the freeway. We are cruising. So the truck on 37s with 410 gears is geared good. My favorite gear ratio in these trucks with the Cummins is 37s on 373s. Tends to be the happiest, but the truck's pretty happy on 410s. We're doing 70 miles an hour at 2,000 RPM, and she's just cruising. So on the freeway like this, she's plenty happy. It's not all over the road. Again, suspension does good at keeping you in place, and the truck builds good enough boost to where you can just cruise in 5th gear, perfectly happy. It's not that loud. I'm not having to talk all that loud. This truck was sound deadened all the way around, so the firewall, the doors, the floor, and it really does help with the sound getting in. These Milestar XT tires are very quiet, and that's a good thing, because you don't hear a lot of road howl. And then all you can kind of really hear is some wind noise from it being as aerodynamic as a brick. But yeah, on the freeway like this, it's just plenty comfy. I'm going uphill, trying to maintain speed in 5th gear. We're doing 60 uphill, pretty steep grade right here. This is the grade where everyone overheats in town. She's just cruising. 800 degrees, 900 degrees on the AGTs, make a boost. But yeah, on the highway, this is still a one-hand driver. It tracks straight. It's good and straight. I need to mess with my drag link a little bit. AC's blowing ice cold. It's hot as balls in Las Vegas, and it's blowing nice and cold here. So I think it's plenty happy. I wasn't rolling a ton of smoke getting on the freeway. I didn't go smoke anybody out to get up to speed. So all that's good and dandy. We're gonna cruise up to Red Rock Canyon and go do a little bit of off-roading. We have made it to Red Rock National Park. The truck is doing great. This is the most beautiful road in all of Las Vegas. It is so smooth. It's one way. It's real windy like a racetrack. So if you have a fast car, this road is very fun. Because it's one way, we can let John and Sterling up in front of me take pictures. It's so fun though, like we're over here. And the truck does great through windy roads like this. I think if you're, you know, living in a place where you got a windy mountain road, it's that you're not gonna be terrified, like, man, my truck's all over the road. And this thing actually does really good through this windy, tight, fun stuff. So kind of having fun, just like building boosts between corners and having a good time. All right, we're getting up here into Rocky Gap. I just always forget how crazy pretty it is up here. It's insane. You're just driving into these pink sandstone mountains with trees that dot through them. They're really cool. So we're getting up here. We'll get out, we'll get the drone out, and then we'll do a little bit of off-road to tell you how that goes. Now, disclaimer. This is a 1-ton crew cab long bed. This is a massive truck. And this is more of a work truck. Although it is 4-wheel drive, that 4-wheel drive is for getting you unstuck in stuck situations. It is not for rock crawling or anything like that. So really, this truck is for things like camping. You know, you go do some Forest Service roads, light trails like this trail here, or where it's gonna excel. This ain't no Jeep Comanche or Toyota pickup or 4Runner where you're just gonna haul over these trails and just have a great time. It's a big truck. It's not that wide. It's actually pretty narrow. But you know, it is not some little lightweight little sucker. That Cummins is 1,100 pounds, 1-ton axles, everything. So this is gonna just be slow going. I'm going over some big rocks right now in 1st gear, just crawling over them. Rocky Gap, this is actually like a Jeep trail, not something I would suggest. I've done this in 1-ton trucks in the past, and it's always this bumpy and rough. So, you know, it is what it is. It's still fun. Now, with this being a long bay pickup, you're probably seeing in the drone footage that I've got, you know, some cab and bed, you know, frame twisting. Again, if you've driven an old long bed like this off-road, they all do it. They all have some frame tweak. Square body Chevys are notorious for having a pretty weak frame. We did some frame reinforcements and some extra cross members to stiffen up this frame when we got it. But back to suspension handling, It does great. First gear, this is a granny gear, so off-road is comfortable. My foot's off the clutch and I'm just cruising comfortably up and over all these obstacles, plenty happy. You know, again, this Cummins is never going to overheat, so you don't have to worry about low speed temperatures and your fan. We got a drone down. That's funny, Sterling. Just ran the drone into the tree. That's hilarious. Well, I'm gonna stop and go help him find that drone. Well, I gotta say, she's pretty money. You know, again, it's as good as you can expect from an old 1-ton pickup truck on 1 tons and a diesel. But I think that's it for driving. So let's hop out and we'll finish up this video. All right, that's what it is. Again, just another great driving truck. Does great on the highway, has great gearing, tall tires, overdrive transmission, so cruising on the highway really nice. Great for just around town. Transmission is super smooth, just butter between the gears. And then off-road, it's as good as you could ask for from a 1-ton truck. Suspension is soft, it'll handle it, you know, and if you're gonna go camping or whatever, it's gonna be slow going, but you know, it is a 1-ton. This is a big, heavy truck and it does as good as you could expect, I think. So overall, just an awesome, awesome truck that's gonna be great for work or for camping and taking out your family. It's just a killer truck. I've loved driving it today as we've driven it all over town. It's been really fun. So I'm pretty stoked on it, and I can't wait to keep driving it for the rest of the giveaway. If you want to win it and you're still watching this during the giveaway, make sure you go on to Hot Motors, pick out something that you like. Every $5 you spend is 1 automatic entry to win. Again, this giveaway closes August 4th at midnight, so as long as you're watching this video before that, you can still get entered to win. If you're just stumbling across this video, check out other stuff on YouTube or at Hot Motors on Instagram. Check us out, hotsandmotors.com, to see what else we're giving away, because we're always giving away something cool. So thank you guys for watching this. Hope you liked it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.